Today's video is going to be about putting in a holding line. If you're doing some fine lines, sometimes they can be a little wonky. Here I've punched the yellow with a 10 fine. The outside I happen to grab my 9 regular. It looks okay. There are a couple ways you can do it. If you look at the back, you can see that I do have spacing. For the fine point needles, you want that little bit of space to make sure your stitches show up. But let's say I didn't even like my color choice. So I'm just gonna grab this, use my tip of my needle here. We're gonna pull that yellow thread out. It's not horrible, it's pretty easy. So a couple things I want to talk about. One is normally you would go with your needle, with the opening of the needle facing the direction that you're punching. But another way to get a really good definition is to do what we call a stem stitch. So instead of the slot going in the direction, you want to turn it to a 45, and that actually aligns the stitches in what we call a stem stitch. So you're kind of going sideways. I don't know if you can see how much better that came out. And what I might do here is, well, what we're gonna do is fake it. We're gonna come over here and I will show you the difference between the regular stitch. I'm going straight on. And that's what it looks like on this side. Now, if I were to turn my needle now, so I'm going to turn my needle. I'm going to get rid of that loop first. Just tug on the back end till your thread comes up. So now I've turned my needle sideways. And again, with the fine point needle, you're going every hole and every other row. That's why you're leaving the space between even your smaller and bigger needles. So there I've done the stem stitch for about 1 inch. And if we flip it over, you can see how all of the loops line up. Where here they're a little higgity-jiggity, and here they're all standing at attention. Hope that helps.